meeting our super squad with super stories. This is Wheel Talks. What's up, you guys? We are here to do another Wheel Talks. Today we are in Pasadena, California. We are about to profile a firefighter and his wife, both who work for a great organization with a great cause. Stay tuned for more.
My name is Erik and Hernandez, and I'm from Ventura, California. This is my wife, Maggie. We've been together about 7 years or so. For her, it was love at first sight. I do not blame her. For me, it was also love at first sight. It was just a little bit more one-sided. And we have 2 kids. Daughter just turned 6 years old, and our son is 3.5, going on 15.
A friend of ours actually has a Super 73, and she kept saying how much fun it was. She would rave about it all the time. It got her out during COVID, like during the whole lockdown. So Erik actually bought me one for Mother's Day, and when he saw how much fun I was having on mine, he decided to buy one for himself.
It was the right thing to do. I mean, if we're going to bond together, we're going to do things together.
Exactly.
I'm a firefighter in the city of Pasadena. People call us on their worst days, and there's no playbook to it. We figure it out, and hopefully we are able to remedy that. I don't know if there's very many greater things in life.
You're in the camera.
So, as of 2017, line of duty deaths started being exceeded by first responder suicides. And according to the data that we have now, those stats haven't changed. And first responders are just traumatized on a level that no one else is. You know, it's a consistent, complex trauma. There's not really any time to recover from that. And unfortunately, just seeking support for like mental health needs is still really stigmatized. So 8095 for Awareness exists solely to raise awareness around first responder mental health, to kind of drive the point home that it's okay to not be okay. And we actually fundraise and connect first responders in need with culturally competent therapists who can provide the support and the level of help that they need.
The things we see on a daily basis, the abnormal sleep hours, the trauma from the calls that we go on, the small stuff like being away from our kids for days at a time, our wives from days at a time, missing events and all that, these all start to add up. But for the longest time, we've just been told that this is part of the job and it's what we signed up for. But the reality is that we're still human. And the reality is that when someone calls 911, we show up, but who do we call when we ourselves need help? So that's the whole purpose of our foundation, is to give that awareness and bring that light to the people who are in a little bit of a darkness right now. And this is where Super 73 completely ties in. So Super 73 for us, unbeknownst to us, became our therapy, and it became our outlet. So I would go on these rough calls, and I'd come home, and the reality is I'd be grumpy. And I'd take it out on my family, I'd take it out on my wife. And then we kind of met the Super 73 community, and suddenly I'd get back from shift, and we'd go on these bike rides. And it was just times where she and I could reconnect, and we'd go on these rides together. And suddenly, it wasn't in the therapist office, but it was a way for us to debrief and reconnect with one another.
Going on a ride, he would just spontaneously start talking about stuff, you know, and it was really cool to see him open up. And I thought, all right, well, this is the kind of therapy we need to be doing then.
The reality is that I think it just takes one person to say, I need help, and then the stigma's gone. Someone's kind of broken through and said, this is now the norm, and we have the ability to change that for the next 20, 30 years. Fire service, we have this saying where you should always leave it better than you found it. But this is our attempts at leaving the fire service better than we found it.